So, Britannia Challenge Cup between Tyne Amateur Rowing Club on the Berkshire Station and Thames Rowing Club A on the Buckinghamshire Station.
Yeah, Tyne there on the left-hand side of the screen, just clipping the water a little bit off the blocks there, which is difficult when you've got these sort of coxed fours with the cocks in the boat, with a bit of extra weight. That effort you put into the start is quite critical to get the boats moving and try and get some momentum in there. And I think Thames, who are just now on the right-hand side of your screen in the sort of the black, red and white kits, just capitalising on that and just stretching out to just about a length lead there.
Yeah, Thames well-drilled crew here, going out to about a length already. Both crews have quite a lot of people who've raced at Henley before, quite a lot of experience. Quite contrasting crews, aren't they, in terms of the clubs. Tyne, it's been a bit of a resurgence recently, hasn't he? Haven't in the club. They've done very well at the Eights Head of the River a couple of years ago, and they really seem to be building a club group. Yeah,
it's wonderful to see a club like Tyne back up there and mixing it with the likes of a dominant club like Thames. You know, Tyne training out on sort of the Newburn area just outside of Newcastle there, coached by Alex Lee. These guys, you know, like this is their top club boat. You know, you mentioned the success they've had at the Eights Head. You know, they won the Jackson Trophy recently. That's great that they were able to pick up that accolade for the club. But yeah, just zoning in on Thames here. So again, there's quite a lot of talent in here. So not only have you got the club captain sitting at 2, wearing that sort of trademark Thames red and white trucker's cap. You've also got Zoe Evans there, who started at Thames as a junior, who's actually coxing there. So she's tucked in there with her little, you can see that little red display box, which has got her numbers there of speed and rating, and she'll be wired up with a microphone and telling the guys where she is on the course and what she wants next.
It's quite special, isn't it, for Jones? He's in the 2 seat and the captain. It's also his first Henley.
Wow, yeah, that's not a bad way to start.
Indeed. And here, again, just like we've seen in all the Thames crews that I've seen so far, very simple rowing, very horizontal. There's a lot of patience at the finish. They really let the boat do a lot of the work.
Yeah, it looks great from this angle, doesn't it? You can really get a sense of sort of, I was going to say how flat it is, and when I say flat, I mean the sort of well, you know, pending any wash, the boat is running quite sort of straight and true, and it's not sort of diving from side to side, and the sort of the level of the shoulders are all quite nice and relaxed, aren't they?
Yeah, the centre of gravity with all the athletes doesn't really go up and down very much, whereas the crew on the right hand side here from Tyne, it's a bit more bouncy, and that's obviously inefficient.
That was a nice way of putting it, Adrian. Yeah, centre of gravity, I quite like that. Yeah, it's keeping the weight low in the boat, which I know seems hard, doesn't it? When actually, I'm sitting in the boat, how can I keep my weight any lower? But there's definitely a way of transmitting more of your weight through your feet than through the handle, and that creates that sort of level flat platform there. You could almost balance a wine glass on that deck there in front of Zoe, couldn't you?
Yeah, they're doing a really good job of it. It's one of the things me and Kath Bishop were talking about earlier, was this idea of you accelerating yourself in the boat, or you actually accelerating the boat with yourself. And I think that's the big difference here. The Thames crew, for me, when they start accelerating, the boat is going with them, whereas the Tyne crew, a little bit, you can see they're moving a lot of their bodies, and the boat's not really going with them.
Yeah, it's sort of extra movements, isn't it? So yeah, like you say, it just looks like something extra is happening there, doesn't it? Whereas there's definitely, looking at the Thames boat, there's a bit more simplicity, isn't there?
Yeah. So the fundamentals here in this Tyne crew are still really very good. Just, I guess, more efficiency, perhaps more power in the Thames crew. I don't know what the row scores are like, but that's a good row there from Thames Rowing Club A.
Yeah, there's a decent bit of power in the Tyne crew as well. Alex Shaw down at a sort of a 6:01 on his erg there, definitely adding a bit of power in the middle of the boat there for Tyne. But yeah, this looks like it's a Thames cruise to victory here, doesn't it?
Certainly does. Again, the cox four is never easy, even when you're trying to go light. So that's a win there for Thames Rowing Club over Tyne Rowing Club.